Hello? Welcome to It's a Show. Oh, God. You know, it's been a wild 2 weeks. CDC said you could take your mask off, but the president said if you haven't been vaccinated, you can't take it off yet, and I haven't gotten one, so here I am, indoors in my own home, surrounded by no one, but I haven't been vaccinated, and I don't want to be responsible for someone else getting COVID.
Love the flow. 69. Now it's time for new, believable people, and we must do it.
And for now, after a year of hard work and so much sacrifice, the rule is very simple. Get vaccinated or wear a mask until you do. It's vaxed or masked. Get vaccinated.
All right, so yes, despite the CDC guidance changing, President Biden said that if you don't get the vaccine, you have to wear a mask until you do. What if you're pregnant? What if your doctor says no? What if there's a list of conditions? It's just incredible to me that he presented the American people with an ultimatum. And then, well, you know what? Let me get to the threats later. First, let's go to this asshole.
No, that's not. Here we go again with the theater. Let's get down to the facts.
Yeah, you remember when Dr. Fauci was just saying last week that even if you're vaccinated, you should wear a mask. You could wear 2 masks, 5 masks. Yeah, well, he battled Rand Paul, and Rand Paul asked him straight up, what's the science behind this that suggests that even once you're vaccinated, you should wear a mask?
Given that no scientific studies have shown significant numbers of reinfections of patients previously infected or previously vaccinated, what specific studies do you cite to argue that the public should be wearing masks well into 2022?
I'm not sure I understand the connection of what you're saying about masks and reinfection.
You're telling everybody to wear a mask, whether they've had an infection or a vaccine. What I'm saying is they have immunity, and everybody agrees they have immunity. What studies do you have that people that have had the vaccine or have had the infection are spreading the infection? If we're not spreading the infection, isn't it just theater?
No, it's
You've had
not.
the vaccine and you're wearing 2 masks. Isn't that theater?
No, that's not. Here we go again with the theater. Let's get down to the facts.
I definitely don't think you're lying. Oh, but then
I am now much more comfortable in people seeing me indoors without a mask. I mean, before the CDC made the recommendation change, I didn't want to look like I was giving mixed signals. But being a fully vaccinated person, the chances of my getting infected in an indoor setting is extremely low.
Rand Paul asked, is it theater? No, this isn't theater. You might encounter a variant. Okay, so now here he is admitting it was indeed theater. He lied again. He lied about masks initially to preserve supply. He lied about the number of people that needed to be vaccinated to reach immunity. He lied about this. I mean, the man is on fire. So, I mean, and then the NIH indirectly funded the Wuhan lab when they gave money to EcoHealth Alliance, which then gave, I think, $600K, over $500,000 to the Wuhan lab to study bat corona emergence. Okay. I mean, they've admitted to using gain-of-function research, which was resumed in 2017, which is where they take the virus and they mutate it, and they make it more transmissible so they can study it and see what if this were to develop naturally and spread amongst humans, how could they stop it? They do this to create vaccines. I understand that, but it's a dangerous business, and it's looking like the Wuhan leak theory is, I mean, it's more solidified all the time, and I think any rational human could see that. I don't think some guy ate a bat and this just mutated into one of the most transmissible viruses we've ever seen.
Cold.
Yeah, that sounds a little wild. And now let's get back to this. And so what I was talking about earlier, here we go. Here's your president threatening the American people.
If the unvaccinated get vaccinated, they will protect themselves and other unvaccinated people around them. If they do not, states with low vaccination rates may see those rates go up, may see this progress reversed. Ultimately, those who are not vaccinated will end up paying the price.
Yeah, there's your president. And maybe it's not a threat. Maybe he's just saying that you'll be at risk if you don't take the vaccine if there's a spike. But, you know, I thought that's what freedom was about.
I thought this was America. Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
And now this...
Migrant children arriving at a Tennessee airport is drawing criticism from Tennessee lawmakers and a response from the White House.
Biden, apparently, maybe, you know, supposedly, someone is smuggling children from the border, putting them on planes, flying them to, in this case, Chattanooga, Tennessee, and then putting these kids onto buses and busing them to group homes all over the country. So maybe, I mean, this is what it looks like. They're worried about the optics at the borders. Less kids wrapped up like burritos in facilities, the better. So they're just quietly shipping them off to other states in the middle of the night. That's where we're at right now. And despite all of this, I want to encourage anyone that sees this to stay strong and believe that there is a light at the end of the tunnel that is coming. And with that, I want to leave you with this. I'm sure you've seen this, but this kid has more courage and more intelligence and more patriotism and more heart in his little toe than Nancy Pelosi does in her entire body. So I'm going to leave you with this. God bless and good night.
I'm 10 years old and I am a 4th grader at Felix A. Williams. I expected school to be a little bit different in the beginning, but I didn't think it would stay this way all year long. I love my school and all, but my teachers seem really stressed and that makes me feel bad. One teacher walks around with a clipboard full of referrals for any student whose mask isn't on properly. That same teacher yells at us having our mask down to drink water while we are outside in Carline. She told us we had to wait until we were in our parents' car to have a drink of water. She had her mask down the entire time while she was yelling at us. I asked my mom if there is a word for this, and she said there is. Hypocrisy. A few weeks ago, I ran into my teacher outside of school. She didn't even recognize me because she's never seen my face before. But I knew it was her because she sits at her desk a lot without the mask on. I know my teacher has asthma and everything, but I understand why it's hard for her to wear a mask, and I think she should have that choice. But I should too. I'm not allowed a mask break like her. It seems unfair. All this seems unfair and it doesn't make sense. Breathing freely doesn't seem like something we should have to ask any other people for permission for. Please make masks optional today. It would be so awesome to end the school year on a really happy note like that. Thank you for your time.
Big, fat love, find common ground to halt the spread of lies. And we must do it. Big, fat love, find common ground to halt the spread of lies. And any
America first. America first.
non-fatal, we want to build a much better, believable people, and we must do it